Welcome to the Conference of Movements, com26v.com. This is November 19, 2020, and today at the Conference of Movements, we're talking about blockchain. But before that, we have a musical performance from Roxanne that she's going to introduce her band and perform. We're running a little bit late, but please be patient with us. Thank you. Roxanne?
Thank you so much for having us, David. It's such a pleasure to be a part of LiveHOPE and Com26 and Indigenous People Conference. I am honored and humbled, and I'm here with our team, Mario Damas, my brother here to my right, and Carlos, just a famous musician who you all probably have heard in a lot of recordings and is stepping in today to support and be in unity today. So today we're here to honor Indigenous people. We're here to honor communities that are trying to impact change, and specifically to honor a lot of the victims that are going through lots of troubles in the Garifuna community in Honduras due to the hurricane. So we're going to honor today with this music, and here we go. I'm going to pass this over so I can pay attention real quick here. All right. And here we go. ¿Qué horas son en Guatemala? ¿Qué horas son en Afganistán? What time is it en la frontera? Es hora de mi libertad. Son las 5 de la mañana en San Salvador, El Salvador. Y la medianoche aquí en mi corazón. ¿Qué horas son en la frontera? ¿Qué horas son en Honduras? Es hora de levantar. So today, we're going to sing a little bit to you. We want you to get connected, to be connected to the causes in the world, to impact change. Today here, we're going to do the SDG goals. This is a bilingual conversation for you all. So estamos mandando un saludo a las comunidades en necesidad que están pasando por atrocidades por el huracán. Queremos ayudar y apoyarlos en las comunidades indígenas. Y dice así porque nos gustan ustedes. Vamos. Me gusta la mañana, me gustas tú. Me gusta soñar, me gustas tú. Me gusta la rumba, me gustas tú. Me gusta la justicia, me gustas tú. Me gusta volar, me gustas tú. Me gusta soñar, me gustas tú. ¿Qué voy a hacer? Je ne sais pas. ¿Qué voy a hacer? Je ne sais plus. ¿Qué voy a hacer? Je suis perdu. ¿Qué horas son mi corazón? 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 Y así, what time is it? That song specifically talks about what time is it in the world. It is a time for change. It is un tiempo para el cambio. And when things get so difficult like they have been now during this pandemic, and with everything that we're seeing socially impacting in our communities, the only thing we can really do is give our hearts. And this song is from South America, and it says we come to offer our heart. Y aquí va. ¿Quién dijo que todo está perdido? Yo vengo a ofrecer mi corazón. Cuánta sangre se ha llevado el río. Yo vengo a ofrecer mi corazón. Sé que no es fácil, yo sé que pasa. No es tan simple como pensaba. Como abrir el pecho y sacar el alma. Una cuchillada de amor. Una de los pobres siempre abierta. Yo vengo a ofrecer mi corazón como un documento inalterable. Yo vengo a ofrecer mi corazón. And after offering our hearts, we're here to talk about making change. We're so happy that the SDG goals are also getting enhanced with the work that you're all doing here with Unity for Different Communities. And I know that music and the arts is SDG number 23. So definitely a big shout out to that, because we know we need to continue promoting the music and the arts and healing. And I'm going to post after this live a little link there for those of you who want to help the Garifuna people who have been left by their governments to their own luck. There has been no protection after 2 hurricanes, and we're hearing from these native local communities as well that they need so much support. We're also here to support the kids in detention centers that are suffering the abuse, and we want to send our love with our music. And this song talks about all those issues, of course in Spanish this round, because we were honoring the Central American and Garifuna people. So bear with us and learn with us. So here we go.
Marchando vengo, caminando vengo.
Este mundo no se arrepiente, matan a cualquiera y ni lo sienten, se aprovechan y no te defienden, miran por las redes, nadie lo siente. La guerra es un monstruo, no se detiene. La frontera injusta roba inocentes. Línea imaginaria de los más fuertes. Colonizan cuerpo y no mi mente. Yeah, yeah. Caminando, voy marchando, caminando, voy luchando, caminando, voy marchando, caminando, voy luchando. Políticos sin sentimientos, que hacen leyes sin mi consentimientos, solo andan diciendo puros cuentos, se creen los reyes de estos tiempos, son tierras robadas de sangre india, que dominaron y colonizaron. Ahora nos quieren echar la miga, porque no aguantan con su avaricia. Caminando, voy luchando, caminando, voy marchando, caminando, voy marchando, caminando, voy luchando. that is la cumbia de la lucha, because we're all here moving forward for a cause and we're trying to make change. And this one is to ask the universe and God to always keep us conscious, mantenernos consciente. Y dice así. Solo le pido a Dios que el dolor no me sea indiferente, que la reseca muerte no me encuentre vacía y sola sin haber hecho lo suficiente. Solo le pido a Dios que lo injusto no me sea indiferente, que no me abofete en la otra mejilla, después que una garra me arañe esta suerte. Solo le pido a Dios que la guerra no me sea indiferente. Es un monstruo grande y pisa fuerte toda la pobre inocencia de la gente. Y es un monstruo grande y pisa fuerte toda la pobre inocencia de la gente. With this next one, we say goodbye to you and we say thank you to each of you who have made this festival happen. I had the great opportunity to talk on the Women's Empowerment section. This particular song I wrote for Nobel Peace Laureate Rigoberta Menchú from Guatemala a few years back, but it has now turned into a song that I've dedicated to the Latino community, but to all humans who really want to impact change. And for those who have been suffering so much, we know the Latino community, indigenous communities are going through a lot right now in this country, so many. And it's time for us to impact change and that we feel the power. So here it goes, Latinos de Fuego y de Pasión. El universo dio al mundo una raza de valor que se afrenta a la vida con su voz. Llevan su frente en alto y el pueblo en el corazón, y en el canto de sus almas una liberación. Latinos de fuego y de pasión que llevan luz al mundo, que en sus cuerpos hay amor para borrar el dolor. Corre por sus venas una liberación. detiene el miedo, no los detiene el dolor, no los detiene la pena y lo que los humilló. Saca fuerza de la nada y se levanta con honor. Tienen algo en sus almas que alimenta la ilusión. Latinos de fuego y de pasión que buscan paz en el mundo. En sus cuerpos hay amor para borrar el dolor. Corre por sus venas una revolución de paz y vida que el mundo no entendía. Pueblo de fuerza, de fuego y valentía que nunca cayó. Siga luchando para siempre. Latinos de corazón. Thank you so much to everyone who participated, Mario, Carlos, David, Alice, and Stephanie, who invited me. I'm so appreciative, and I know we are so thankful that you're here doing the great work and supporting our communities. And that's our show.
Where can we support you or find your music?
Support and find your music. Support.
Hello, can you repeat that for me, David? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Where can we support you and find your music? Do you have a
Yes,
website?
my website, Roxana Damas, that's ROXNA, Damas, DAMAS.com. And for the project that we're doing right now for the Garifuna, I will send you the link and maybe we can post it here at the bottom. But you can also go to alquimiaglobal.org, and that's ALQUIMIA global.org. And we'll have all the information there about what we're doing with detention centers and also what we're doing with the Garifuna community and others who are being impacted by recent incidents. So please show some love, and definitely to that fundraiser. People have no homes, no power. They're just telling us some stories that, you know, we couldn't be more happy and honored to be here today. And thank you so much for providing the space. They really want to get the word out.
Thank you so much. And please help the communities in need. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Next, we have up who is doing an opening prayer for us. And Chief Philip Scott, would you like to introduce yourself and do an opening prayer for us?
On this glorious planet. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yeah, we can hear you now.
All right, so once again, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, relations, wherever it is that you find yourself on this glorious planet. I'm known as Shunkawa Kansapa, which is Lakota for Black Horse, and I'm very honored to share with all of you today. And I'm going to commence, before we discuss sacred matters, we always commence with a song to invoke the ancestors. And so I invite you to close your eyes, to take a deep breath, perhaps either sit upon the earth or to place at least your feet upon her as I sing this song of sanctification. Hashila Wakantanka. Great mystery, great spirit, dreamer of all dreams. To the ancestors, the holy ones who dwell in the stars, visit us in our dreams and walk among us. To the Wakioyate, the thunder nations that bring the sacred waters, our first medicine from the sky. To Grandfather Sun, who brings the light to illuminate our paths as human beings upon this earth. To Grandmother Moon, who also blesses us in her light at night and also brings the dreams. To the sacred winds that blow upon our beloved Mother the Earth, to all of our relations who dwell upon this earth with us, Shunkawa Kansapa humbly expresses gratitude for my life today, for the dreams that you bestowed upon myself and my relations in the night. Thank you that we could awaken to a new day, to learn and to grow, to evolve as individuals and as a species upon this glorious, beautiful earth, our mother. At this time, Creator, I ask for prayers that we may unite as a people in solidarity, that we can begin to walk in balance, to have love and respect for one another, for this earth. I pray and humbly request the spirits of this land that each and every individual honors the indigenous nations who have dwelled before for millennia upon this earth. I pray that we may honor the wisdom and the ancient practices that they preserve and protect, so that we as a species may continue to survive upon this earth in balance, and that we will remember our original instructions as a species to serve as responsible stewards to this earth, as well as the protectors of all of our relations upon her. I humbly beseech us to step forward hand in hand in solidarity, to unite at this time, to understand the gravity of our actions so that we can ensure the survival of future generations for 7 generations of all of our relations and beyond. I acknowledge those, Creator, who have put their lives on the line to protect these ancient ways of knowledge and praxis. We want to acknowledge also the wisdom keepers, the medicine people of all traditions that dwell upon this earth now, that their medicine is necessary for our survival at this time. I want to acknowledge those dreamers and the prophecy keepers who have articulated what the future may look like if we continue to remember how to be human. I thank you for this way to pray. I acknowledge those that protect the water, the earth, the fire, and the air at this time. May they have all the resources that they require. I pray also, Creator, that as a species we may have reverence and respect for our elder, this virus, who is touching our lives right now to help us remember how to be human, how to work together, how to cultivate patience. Thank you for this initiation, this rite of passage collectively that we are undertaking. And I pray finally in this time of the subject that we are soon to address, that we may become masters of technology, not its slaves. I pray, Creator, that we may use technology for the betterment of all of our relations upon this earth for future generations and beyond. I thank you for this way to pray. I acknowledge my family, my teachers, my mentors, and others who have placed their lives on the line to ensure the survival of this much needed wisdom, knowledge, and praxis. We thank you for this way to pray, this way of life. At this time, I ask for the blessings of this undertaking, of this endeavor to unite 1,000 indigenous nations, so that we may continue to stand strong in solidarity for not only each of the nations, but for humanity as a whole, and for all of our relations upon this earth. Aheche tualo, aho mitakuye oyasi.
Mhm. Thank you, Chief Phil Scott, for the beautiful prayer and the song. We really honor you, and we're through your presence here. We had a little bit technical difficulties with other platform. We had to switch to this platform. For the viewers, tomorrow, Chief Philip Scott will be coming on for 1 full hour to talk about the blueprint of for humanity, and it will be at noontime Pacific to 1 p.m. Pacific. So please stay tuned and come back to hear his viewpoints on how to create this global blueprint. And today, unfortunately, we have just a short time due to the delay, Chief Philip Scott. Just one simple question, with all these new technology that's coming out, for the put it the blueprint, what's the most important thing you think that needs to be in this blueprint for technology?
Well, I think it's ironic that you're asking
Hello?
me to.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
Yes.
I think it's rather ironic that you're asking me to speak on modern technology because I'm actually a primitive technologist, and I use that word primitive not in the pejorative sense, but as it relates to what its original intention is, which is origination, the original, right? So the original technologies of this earth. So such things as making fire from scratch, um, making shelter, water catchment and purification, the manufacture of instruments as well as weapons from natural materials. But if we talk about the current state of our world, with any kind of technology, all technologies are utilitarian in nature. That is, they're here for our use to improve our lives and ensure our survival. Now, a lot of the technologies that we have today, however, are beginning to enslave the people, right? As I shared in my prayer, that it's necessary for us to cultivate mastery in relationship to technology. But many of the technologies that we have today are not basically honoring our sovereignty, but doing just the opposite. Right? They're actually undermining our ability to be sovereign and to enslave us, which is actually just another form of domestication. Now, I'm not a Luddite. I certainly have technology that I utilize each and every day. However, the point is that oftentimes these technologies becomes forms of addiction. And of course, I'm using addiction also in the broader sense of the word, that it can also be a thought or an action that is repeated without awareness that causes harm and destruction. And I cite, for example, cell phones. Now, ironically, I'm on a phone now in order to communicate with you and your audience, David. Yet at the same time, when I'm off this call, I'm able to put the phone down, right? And I'm quite troubled by many individuals, including our youth, have lost the capacity to be able to relate socially because they are so addicted and engrossed in their phones. And again, the phone is a tool that can be utilized, as it has been utilized also for social movements, etc. So provided that we maintain a proper relationship with technology and are utilizing it for the good of the whole, then it's being used and as it's intended. However, when it is eclipsing our capacity to be human and or compromising our humanity, then we can say that this technology is destructive. Now, in terms of the future of our own humanity, but also we can extend this to all of our relations on this planet and to the very globe herself, our mother, the earth. It is necessary for us to utilize our human intelligence to create technologies that are sustainably involved with the environment, right? So many of the technologies that we have today are leading down trajectories of unsustainability, which will only cause the demise and harm of ourselves and others on this planet. Whereas we must, again, unite in solidarity and use our collective intelligence to devise technologies that are earth-friendly and that will actually preserve the future, not only for ourselves, but for all of our relations. In so doing, then we are in harmony and alignment with technology, and it's being utilized as it should, not for the destruction of the earth and the compromise of our humanity, but for the flowering of all of ourselves on this planet. And we can look to such things as solar technology and geothermal technologies, wind technologies, right? Because the technologies that are antiquated that many current administrations, as well as other administrations around the world, are continuing to still advocate for, will essentially cause an unsustainable trajectory for us. And so it's necessary, therefore, for us to embrace change, right? So human beings, the predilection of human beings is often to be averse to change, but yet I think about the Lakota phrase takuskan, which means motion, that everything is motion, everything is changing and evolving and moving and growing. And so as a human being, it's necessary for us also to change and to evolve and to grow, rather than to attempt to remain fixed in either our positions or our actions. And so though we may be resistant or averse to change, it's important to embrace change and to see that the technologies that are emerging will actually be beneficial for all of us into the future. Such things as a World Wide Web, for example, was already prophesied before. And of course, it's brought this interconnectivity. So there are blessings to the modern technologies that we have, provided, again, we are not enslaved by these systems that we have devised. So I understand that there's some brevity to how I need to share today due to our time constraints, but essentially this is what I see for how we can be in proper relationship with technology, and understanding that human beings from the dawn of our own beginning, our own origins, have employed technology, and that these technologies are necessary for our survival, but have to be in alignment with our humanity.
Thank you, Chief Philip Scott. Tomorrow you have 1 hour, you have more time to share on that topic. So just hold on to your thought and we'll be able to share more tomorrow. So thank you so much, and please come back tomorrow and we can continue this very important conversation. Thank you for coming on and blessing us with the opening prayer.
My pleasure, David. I look forward to further conversations tomorrow, and blessings to each and every one of your listeners at this time. Aho, mitako yasi.